Bam. There are only four things that your clients actually really want to hear from you. And regardless of popular belief, we get a little caught up in how good we can do what we do and what we are actually offering to our customers. But one of the things that we must pay attention to if you plan on becoming great and well known in this industry is to really understand how to serve the people in a manner in which they actually came to you for, but they're not quite sure if you really know how to serve them. But maybe you are giving them a good time and you're making them feel like you appreciate them being there and a part of your establishment. But one thing that I'm going to challenge you with as a coach, and you trainers have to realize that there is a way that you serve and then there's a way that you show people what you do, which is what over 90% of the training business is about, showing what you can do and showing what you know and how awesome is the experience with people that you can bring a little culture to their lives. But what we want you all to realize is in order to get more of the people in front of you and giving them what they really need and are searching for, there are only four things that they really want to know from you. And if you know those four things, before I go any further, I challenge you to write them in the comment boxes and prove your mettle. Now, if there are no comments, that tells me everything I need to know because what I want to share with you is why we are doing what we do. And we bring our knowledge of and experience in the training business to you based upon one thing. We've already had success in it. And I know that the key to making the next level happen in a substantial manner and in a manner of time is not trying to figure things out yourself, but you actually want to find someone who's already done it and jump on that bandwagon and learn and acquire their information. And so that's what we want to do. We don't want it to be hard for you. Now, some of you are having success, you're crushing it. You're just losing your state of mind because you have a little chaos going. But with that being said, we want that to be the advocate for your next level. There are continual levels. So what level do you feel like you are at right now? And I'm going to explain to you right now the four things that your customers that are paying you now want to hear. Now, before that, over the weekend, I'm going to tell you, share things that happened over the weekend before we got into our conversations and to our workshop. What happened was I was enlightened by several things, a couple of things that happened. A couple of the coaches, thank you guys for taking the time to attend, came on board and we realized that there were things that were even more relevant to talk about. And I want to know from you if you have any hardships with really understanding your social media, like the reels and the stories, and how do you use them and how do they help you eliminate marketing costs and ad costs? How? Because once you learn that you've been given a tool that can actually blow you up 10 times as fast if you understood how to use it. And I did not. I look, I've learned this thing, but I didn't realize how confusing it actually was to people. So what I decided to do was to make sure that there was a place that you can really learn how to use it. And so tomorrow I decided to offer up this basic behind the scenes type 1 hour session that will show you the key things to get more people in front of you. And Hey, I've had the answer the whole time. I've monetized reels. I made a ton of money. I had reels, came into reels making thousands of dollars to subsidize paying off a whole lot of things, just paying bills. It was like I was not just doing reels where everybody else last year was just doing reels. Every month, I would get thousands of dollars deposited into my account that covered so much stuff. And it was kind of what I like doing anyway, sharing my content. So these are the kind of things that I'm going to teach you about inside of that, which will help also draw more people to you. And if that sounds interesting to you, just like the video, and we'll make sure that you get a link to come in tomorrow. Or if you're watching it tomorrow, then today. But it'll be at 3 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to take part and learn some of the behind the scenes things, then make sure that you like the video and maybe even give me a thumbs up in the comment boxes to affirm that you really want to take part in it. And it's just like I said, it's behind the scenes classroom of learning particular things. But on to the next conversation, which is the four things that people actually want to see. Special shouts out to you for showing up and hanging tight. I see you kind of on board, but biggest thing is that you got into the training business to serve people away. And we're going to show you exactly what is it that your clients want to really know. They only want to know four things. They want to know, do you understand my problem? Not, do you have all of these cool trinket tools to help me lose weight or whatever my goal is? They want to know if you know their problem really, which is why I gave our guys over the weekend a list of things inside of that book that really will help you learn your customers the way that you have alluded. Because I know I've been interviewed enough trainers to know, for the most part, the census says you're always talking about what you do, and you're not understanding exactly how to pull out of them what they actually need. One of the reasons is because they're on your turf and they're not going to give you everything. So you have to take liberty to invite people off of that campus so that they feel like they can, because it's almost like asking someone to party in a church. They hold your place sacred. So therefore, they don't dispel things that they could be judged over under that roof, because anything can happen. They're not going to give you the pearls of their life most of the time under that roof. So always feel like it's part of your duty to serve them by really giving them a fair opportunity to share what their real issues are and go levels deeper. And we will definitely elaborate on how that looks, the exact words to say, and the questions to ask, and even how to respond to those things, because there are going to be some things that some of you are used to hearing some of them, but when you go deeper, there's a lot more that comes with that. So we want you to be able to have the right action steps when you hear them. First problem is they want to know if you understand their problem. Then, when that problem is in front of you, they want to know if you actually understand the fact that there in lies need to be a solution. And do you truly understand the solution? I mean, the pain, the pain. I'm overweight, therefore I have bad knees, and it's preventing me from going to work because I walk up steps at my job. So I have to keep getting doctor's notes after I see my orthopedic doctor. And he continues to tell me to take time off because I climb steps. I work for FedEx. I have to go up and down in office buildings in the state of New York on a regular. I can't climb 30, 40 flights of steps a day going from one building to the next. So therein lies my pain. So I can't get full compensation because if I'm out on work comp, I only make 60% of my salary. So therefore, it's impacting me at home financially, and I can't pay my bills. Like, so the problem has a serious deficit to it. And so when you understand that there is a problem that they need to take seriously, and that you realize that there's a pain that come with that problem, and most of the time people don't go in depth with what the pain is. Yeah, I'm overweight. Okay, how did you get there? I overeat. But therein lies a whole web of things that are not being discussed because you're trying to acquire a customer. So you're focusing on getting that done. So you're really not paying attention. That's 100% of the client's experience. You know how I know? Because I know the clients and I interview people. I have a show that is tuned into on a regular, and I always go deeper with people. I did it through the pandemic, and I learned and I did my research, and our team have an expert media company. All right. So we kind of have the data on you. And what we are here to make sure that does not happen is that you're overlooking what it is that your customer and clients are actually there for, because we are missing the boat with that. And when you find out what the problem is, what is the pain, that pain goes levels deeper, as I did. I went 4 levels deep on the pain point. So, of course, that has a domino and it's going to impact you somewhere else: relationships, friendships, family, all of the above will be impacted, credit, all of those things. So, you're trying to overshadow that with how good your technique is. And the question I always have for coaches: are you a really good business owner, or are you just good at teaching technique? And so we have to be careful about abundance with things that are really not solving our people's problem. You got to move off of yourself and learn things like the prescriptive method. We're going to show you how to do that as well. And what that's going to do is bring an immense value to you when learning, sitting people down and carrying out their agendas. Because when you learn how to talk to the people, you learn how to talk through to the people. And what that entails is having the right questioning and prescribing and being able to draw out the map for them to acquire the knowledge, and knowing that there is a journey that really benefits what I'm here for. I'm not here for your belly dancing class. I'm not here to take part in a bunch of jump squats. I'm really here to overcome a hurdle that's in my life so that I can get to my actual mission. And in your agenda is to add that value by learning and knowing who they are, what they need, and then being able to solve that hurdle, because their problem isn't the hurdle. The hurdle's in their way from accomplishing their mission. And the only way to give value is make their mission your mission, not making them ride your mission train, trying to get to, 6 figures, 7 figures, or open up new classes in your gym, or do all of this stuff that has to do with your vision and your mission. And that takes it takes a couple of years to really switch your mindset. Not that you won't have the action steps to do it, so you'll be doing it, but it won't be in muscle memory for a couple of real years, where you don't have to really think about it. When you sit them down, you crank it out. Everybody that sits down, you're doing almost 100% of turnover, not because they came to sign up, but I'm talking about people who you're acquiring because you're understanding how to draw people to you, and the people that you want to work with, people that are like-minded, people who have the same aspirations, and you're drawing those people. I hope this is making sense. And if you have an example down below, take time and write it down in the comment boxes. If you have a type of a client that you like working with, if you have a type of a client that you like working with, what are a couple of characteristics that those individuals have that really make you want to work with them? Are they fun to be around? Do they have similar personalities to someone that you really like? Do they pay you very well to work with them? These are questions and things that you must know and speak to those things. Now, I'll get to number three. The third thing that people want to know is, do you have a solution? When you're doing your prescription with this prescriptive model, your solution must have an interview process, not that you're sitting there with them now, but the real interview process is outside of that vicinity. So you can only offer a minor victory inside during this period of time. You have to really dig down and learn to give people value and feed what they actually need and learn what it is that they are truly asking you. The next thing that you want to take into consideration when learning this prescriptive model, and this takes real teaching. So in the prescriptive model, you learn so in depth, like you could fill up this book with what you'll learn. The thing about it is it's only step by step. So you can get right to it and start getting, and as you get good, you get great. And that's why you see people that reach the top 1% of gym ownership, because 90% of gyms are failing constant. Like the ones who are getting the numbers are the people who are stressed the worst because they don't really have framing down. And so that's what we did. We created what we call, well, I thought I had it right there. I do. That's why we created that. SPAR. That's the framing. And it's no joke. It's your gym running at the most optimal level, and it's a beautiful rendition. And it took time to get this together, and it took a lot of money to invest to get the knowledge that really will help people. Now, that was number three, solution. But they don't want to know you can tell them what you're going to do, blah, blah, blah. Because guess what? There are also 5 other million trainers who learn how to tell people what they will do and how they can do it. But the reality is that does not mean that they can actually execute it. All right. Uh, I see you. I'll speak directly to this question so you can get this. Yeah, that's a big question. So I'll get right to that. I'll jot that down and I'll get right to you and give you an answer for that. Now, number 4, this is the thing. This is the doozy. So if you haven't taken liberty to really understand your people, the only thing they care about, and this is over all of that other stuff, and this is in any industry, this is what they only want. And that's number 4, the outcome. Your outcome will be 17 pounds of weight loss, which will allow you to get away from that pain in your knee because the weight will be gone and the pain is going to be subsidized by proper stretch and then functional training the proper way. and we're going to do pool work, and we're going to do different types of cardio so you don't have to pound your knees. So you're going to have more time at work. Matter of fact, overtime. It's going to impact covering your bills. Your credit score will be totally impacted now because you can pay your bills on time and even early because your job pays well. And your job requires that you're there, and now you're going to be able to be there. So 40% more every payday over a course of 12 months, that is 24 more checks. Add the fact that you are going to get 40% more money per check, that's 80% per month. And you're looking at upwards 80% more money that's going to be impacted. So therefore, everything starts to win. So that's going to be the outcome. You're going to have more confidence because you're going to be active, and you're going to have more dopamine rushes and endorphin releases, and you'll start to get your swagger back, your confidence and your esteem will increase. These are the outcomes for coming into our establishment and allowing us to serve you. That's what this is all about. Problem, pain, solution, outcome. That's all people want to know. If you think they want to know more about your Zumba class, that's only a tool. That's only one of the things that they can come up with and they can think about, but they're not sure if they really want to do it because there's always anxiety about doing something new. So sometimes when we are in the gym world, we forget that people aren't always in on what you have to offer. They just go ahead and do it because that's all they got. You think they'd be there? People do not want to work out. They're forced to. So what you have to be conscious of is that you're serving them with something they don't want. So the rest of the other things that you will note and acquire will be the reason why you keep them. And make sure that you are attracting your SPAR client, because your SPAR client is under a system and they will have been embedded into a process, and you will have more customer acquisition, and that will impact and increase your revenue exponentially. SPAR, the acronym. So let's think more, let's think bigger, let's entertain a higher level of success and accountability as a owner and trainer of people who have to go to a gym because that's where they've ended up having to get to. And you have to change in the way that they think of it by giving them that time and knowing that you have to show them the 5 parts of value. All right. And listen to those things and get into the workshop tomorrow, the little 1 hour, fix your media so it's actually working for you and literally can be paying you if you're serious and you do it right. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you're interested in doing that, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and we'll make sure you have the link to get to that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want you all to win, regardless of what you are focusing on, like only teaching. We want you to win, and we understand because we've had avid success in this, in the gym business, in the combat game, across the board. All of these major companies have opted in to purchase our programming and to want to brand it themselves. And like I said, if we did that, we wouldn't be able to offer it to you guys and show you that there are levels that you can take what you do, but we got to keep our clients front of mind and what is it that they really want, and we're going to make sure we share all of that with you. So hopefully this post gives you value. If it do, make sure that you let us know. And tomorrow, once again, the reason why you're great is because you made the choice to get educated. Because when it's all said and done, education takes you further than anything. That is the secret of all wealthy people. Figure out how to get it done from someone who's already done it and ride their coattail. That's the secret. There is no others. That's all I got for right now. Thanks again for all my brothers in Top Training U, the School of Boxing, Championship U, and soon the classroom. I'm out of here. Continue success. Let's go out there and smash the game on an entirely different level, guys. Peace.